Thing I never ever see discussed about trauma and anxiety, and my ring light is collapsing in on itself, and the physical ramifications of narcissistic stress is how it affects women's bodies. So this is my personal experience, and I have the benefit of the Canadian healthcare system. So I had the absolute privilege of having an amazing, talented female endocrinologist walk with me in my healing journey from narcissistic recovery, from trauma, from grief, and from so much stress and anxiety, and how it affects a woman's body specifically. Because almost all of the discussions of post-traumatic stress disorder or complex post-traumatic stress disorder, they're based and gauged on men's bodies, and that isn't giving you a full accurate picture of what might be going on inside of you, and why it is so hard to recover, and why you might be feeling so incredibly exhausted. Which is absolute madness, because the adrenal glands are part of the endocrine system, and that of course kicks in when you're stressed the F out, right? In addition to the mental load that you have from processing, which means figuring out what the heck happened to you and why you might have been vulnerable to that sort of stress or that relationship in the first place, are things like thyroid dysfunction. Hyperthyroid, or Hashimoto's, is a common co-symptom of somebody who has been through this massive sort of stress. Low iron count, you might want to get your iron checked, and this is a conversation that you would have with your doctor. But one of the most random indicators that my whole endocrine system had been thrown off because of the massive amount of stress that I had was actually I was getting breast milk when my kid was 7. Hadn't been breastfeeding for some time at that point, but that was an indicator that my adrenal glands were completely off, because in a woman's body, especially if you have given birth, these hormones are in balance with each other, and it is quite a complicated mix. So you have oxytocin, you have dopamine, and I had to be just like, it's so hard to fit this in a 3-minute video, but part of my recovery journey was being prescribed goat adrenal gland to recover, having dopamine prescribed to me, and that's on top of, other more common medications that are discussed with your doctor. So there is a lot going on in your healing journey that's not just mental and physical and habitual, because we build up all these habits, but there are physical ramifications of healing from massive trauma and anxiety that need to be discussed with your doctor.